nobody really focuses on mindfulness, and it's been a while since we discussed it. So, victim-oriented thinking.
It's a root cause.
Feels like an attack.
Yeah, it's a root cause to a lot of issues, including anger. Victim-oriented thinking, or victim mindset, or victimhood, or whatever term you would like to use, is when you feel like you're being mistreated. Sometimes it could be from another person. Sometimes it could be from the government, or from the medical monopoly, maybe even, or from your town, or the police pull you over, whatever it is. When you start feeling like a victim, it boils up. It boils up. And the inner child, which is in all of us, starts to have temper tantrums. And if you don't get a hold of it, then it turns into anger. And anger is very violent. Very, very violent. So we want to avoid victim-oriented thinking, or we want to be, you want to be able to handle it when it comes up. Many people have a wound inside of them that I call an injustice wound. It could be from when they were a kid, mom and dad. It could be so many different things. Maybe they got bullied in elementary school, kindergarten, it could be anything like that. It's a wound. And it stays with you. It stays with the inner child. So even though something happened to you at 5, you might still have that victim-oriented thinking at 50 or 60 or even 80. It's never going to go away unless you work on it. And that's the thing with mindfulness. If you don't do the training, you stay with the same wounds to the day you die.
How does one start working on it? Like, what do you do?
Well, my method is talking to the inner child. So if you're talking to the inner child and you're calming it down when it happens, what you're doing is you're having self-awareness. And that's the first step. If you don't have awareness, then you're in a dream. If you don't know what's happening, then you're on autopilot. It means you're not there. You're not human anymore. You're not a human being anymore. You're a dream machine. The computer in the skull is just going to float away in all these thoughts, and they're going to be negative, right? And so you have to nurture the inner child. And it may take years and years, but at least you're acknowledging it. If you don't see it, then you get wounded. But if you see it and you're like, oh, I'm acting like a victim right now. Jeez. Okay. I get it. That's a huge step. It's a huge step to actually know what's happening in the computer. Most people don't know. Completely lost. Completely in a dream-based reality. But the thing is, Sean, life is unfair. When did you ever get a memo that said life was fair? When you were in kindergarten, did somebody slide you a piece of paper that said, hey man, hey kid, life's fair? You didn't know it's fair. It's not fair. It's never been fair. It's not supposed to be fair. If it was fair, you'd have no obstacles. So it's unfair. And this is where my teaching comes in, my formula. The cheat code to inner peace is awareness, acceptance, and appreciation. So if you just put those 3 together, you can pretty much handle everything, including victim-oriented thinking or victim mindset. And that's even if you are a victim. You can be a victim. Somebody could rob your car. You're a victim. If somebody robs your car, you're a victim. It doesn't mean you have to act like one.
Oh, no. My car.
And you can do that. You can do that.
Somebody help.
Yeah, you can do that for a minute. But at some point, you got to be like, oh, well, life isn't fair. It's all good.
It's kind of hard to accept.
Yeah, because people want to be in dream-based reality. It's more comfortable. It's kind of like bad posture.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you've been sitting like this your whole life, you're not going to feel comfortable like this. You're going to be like, hey, how you doing, man? Mm-hmm. It's the same thing. People don't want to be uncomfortable. The computer in your skull is running off of programming. So it's on you to deprogram and then reprogram. And nobody can do it except for you. Nobody can do it. You can listen to me talk till I'm blue in the face. It doesn't matter. You have to actually do it. And oh my gosh, people don't like to do things. You know? People don't like to do things. You got to face your demons, as society would say, which is just your mind. It's your programming. Victim-oriented thinking.
You think it folds into sabotaging yourself?
Yeah, it's sabotaging, but it's sabotaging without knowing. It's just a habit.
Yeah.
It's like biting your nails or something. Like, oh, that's just my habit.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But when you act like a victim, you wound yourself. Your inner child is being wounded. And the issues are in the tissues.
Yeah.
So if you have fibromyalgia, if you have MS, if you have dementia, if you have migraines, if you have gut issues, I mean, the list goes on and on and on. If you have health issues, 1/3 of that is coming from your mind.
Is it that second arrow phenomenon? Like,
Yes.
oh,
Yes. So if you get hit with one arrow and you're like, ah,
I got cancer.
Ah,
sea monster.
yeah, there's the, all right. And then you start acting like a victim or you're angry or whatever, then there comes the second arrow.
Mm-hmm.
But the second arrow is mental pain.
Yeah.
On top of the physical pain. When all you really had to deal with was the physical pain, but you created the mental pain.
Which exacerbates the physic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, where does one start if they want to, start talking? Because I'm sure people want to start, but they just don't know how.
The 120 is the best place to start because inside the 120 challenge is me teaching them how to nourish their inner child, which is the subconscious mind. We just call it the inner child so that you have something to wrap your hands around. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you're like, the subconscious mind, I don't get it. What's that? Where is that? Where is that? But if you understand that it's a child and it needs to be nurtured, well, it makes it so much easier. And it works. And you'll start manifesting great stuff in your life.
Call drreese.com.
Call Dr. World Wide Web.
Oh my gosh.
drreese.com. You know, the 120 has everything. That's why I recommend everyone does the 120. Everyone do the 120. Because it's got all 3 macro methods in it. It's going to jumpstart you
Yeah.
to head to toe healing. You got to take responsibility for the computer in your skull. I saw somebody on FB the other day underneath one of my posts say that, you know, she was mad at her medical doctor because he said that her disease was all in her head. People get very offended by that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just said, well, 1/3. It's 1/3 in your head. And the other 1/3 is what? Nutrition. And the other 33% is what? Your musculoskeletal system.
Mm-hmm.
So if you approach every single issue as 33, 33, and 33, you can understand how to attack it so that you can find the solution. And we all want the solution. Everyone's looking for the solution. I was looking for the solution at one point. So aren't you. So wasn't Levi. So wasn't Karen. So wasn't Tamara. Everyone's looking for the solution. The solution is head to toe healing. And the first word is head. And inside that head is a computer. And it's got 2 cameras, 2 mics, and a speaker. And it connects to a motherboard called a spine. And so if you want to act like a victim, well, don't be surprised if you have gut issues. Well, don't be surprised if you have muscle issues. Don't be surprised if you got joint pain. You think it all comes from the food? You think it all comes from the posture? No. You're creating it. 33%. 33, 33, 33.